In the spring and summer of 2020, Twitch saw a huge growth of people who wanted to start streaming on Twitch. I myself even tried it out a couple of times. But over a year later, you might be still wondering if it's worth trying out and getting started on it after all these people have already tried and started up a year ago or even earlier than that. Now, while there are still a ton of people that are still doing it, I don't think that should discourage you from still trying it out yourself. So I wanted to make this video to give you a few tips on how to get started and a few things to add to your stream that can also help get you a little bit of a boost moving forward. So the first thing is obviously you're going to need some way to start streaming. You can get a software like OBS or Streamlabs OBS. Both of those kind of do the same thing. Streamlabs is just a little bit more user-friendly, and it has a few more streamer-designed features in it. OBS is a little bit more bare bones, but maybe easier to follow for some people. They basically do the same thing. They let you set up all your sources and then stream that into Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. From there, you'll need something to stream. Whether that's you playing an instrument, you playing video games, or just you speaking directly to the camera, there's tons of different options on what you can actually stream on Twitch. So that's one thing that you're gonna have to start deciding. Obviously, you don't have to be pinned down to one, but knowing what you want to stream will help you make a few decisions in the future. Things like getting certain gear that will help you stream, like microphones, any sort of audio inputs if you're playing instruments, maybe capture cards if you're playing video games on a console, for example, or a capture card like a Camlink 4K by Elgato if you wanted to stream with a little bit more of a professional HDMI camera. Once you have all of your gear set up and your sources set up in OBS, there are still a few more things that you're going to have to set up in the Twitch website. This will be in the creator dashboard, things like setting up your mods. So maybe if you're brand new, you might be able to find a friend who will be interested in watching you stream and be available to be in the chat, help engage with the community that comes into the chat, and starting things like polls and predictions and things like that. So having good mods on your stream will be a big benefit to you in the long run, because they'll be the ones that will be talking to the chat in the chat and helping police different rules in the chat, getting rid of any nasty people in the chat, and helping to enforce the rules. So maybe if you don't have a friend that's willing to do this, maybe there will be a viewer that's consistent in the chat and is engaging enough, and maybe they're trustworthy so you feel comfortable to give them the mod privileges. Maybe they do well and you can keep it that way, maybe they don't. You can just take that mod privilege away and give it to someone else. The next thing you should set up are channel point redemptions. Channel points are little points that Twitch gives to your viewers, basically as a little bonus for interacting with the chat, following, subscribing, and basically interacting in any sort of way with your channel. Now, there are some default things that you can spend these on, like highlighting a message or changing an emote or something like that, but having more fun, customizable things that the chat can actually use makes it a lot more fun to watch the stream. There's a streamer that I watch fairly often, and his name is Bura. He has some of the best channel point redemptions on Twitch that I've seen so far. I'll link his channel and any other channels that I mentioned in this video down in the description if you want to go and check those out.
There you go. So look, you got, hey, there's like, yo, what's good, let me get the bacon egg and
But his are so fun to watch and interact with in his chat, so check him out if you ever get a chance and see how he does his channel point redemptions. Some people might add redemptions for hydrating, or like for drinking water, taking shots, doing a handstand, or even becoming a mod. So sometimes people in the chat actually want to become a mod. So having these channel point redemptions that let them become a mod makes them have to stay in the chat and interact with the chat more so that they can get more points that they can then become a mod with. So now that you have all of that set up, then it's time to actually stream. I won't go too much into details, but there are a lot of settings that you want to make sure that you have right. Things like bitrate, your resolution shouldn't be too high so that people can actually watch regardless of their internet quality. And you also want to make sure that your Wi-Fi or your internet at home can actually support the stream upload that you're going to be streaming with. Usually, I think maybe 10 megabits per second or higher will probably support a decent stream. Obviously, the faster upload speed, the better your stream will be with less disruptions. So take that into consideration as well. I personally have a very stubborn internet service provider that doesn't seem to want to upgrade the wiring to my house, so I can't unfortunately stream very well. You also might want to consider going to a site like Etsy or Fiverr, or finding someone on Twitter that makes channel emotes and stream overlays. Streamlabs, I think, has their own that you can use, but having something that's a little bit more directed towards the content that you're making, it'll make your stream feel a little bit more cohesive as a whole and make it seem a little bit more interesting to watch. There's another streamer that I know whose username is CoffeeGQ. Her whole channel is all about coffee, so her stream overlay shows things about coffee. Her sub badges are coffee beans. Her emotes are all about coffee. So things like that will help kind of make a whole brand identity as a whole, and will help viewers kind of understand the whole vibe that your stream is all about. So now that you have your gear, you have your Streamlabs set up with all of the sources, you have your mods, you have your channel points, you have your overlays, your sub badges, your emotes, all of that. Now it's actually time to get into streaming. One thing you want to start considering when you're starting off streaming is what kind of a streamer are you going to be? Are you already a pro at a certain video game that you want to show off your skills at? Are you horrible at a video game and you want to show off your lack of skills for comedic content? Or are you just an engaging personality that maybe you play video games and just have a whole good vibe with your personality, chatting with the chat, playing the game, and kind of just vibing in the stream? Obviously on Twitch with the chat, being an engaging personality is going to help a lot, but if you're kind of a more calm and collective person, that's definitely still cool. Just be yourself on stream and roll with what you got. Inside of your chat, you can also start inviting bots like Nightbot and Stream Elements. These two bots are really handy for adding certain special commands. This could be anything from a Discord command where the bot will link the Discord in the chat or any other social media that you have. Maybe you have a bot command for every time you get an ace in Valorant, they'll do a little count. Maybe you have a shoutout command where if a streamer starts raiding you, you could do a shoutout to their stream. The bot will link to their channel and give a little shoutout to their stream. Or even do custom commands like some streamers that I know do special commands for all of their frequent viewers. They'll do their exclamation first name or exclamation their username, and then the bot will give a special little command like, "This guy is great," or "This guy is hilarious." Whatever the bot says is completely customizable based on whatever you want to say about whatever that command is. So those are two really great ways to add a little bit more of a benefit to being in your chat. You can also set those bots up to go in the chat every so often, every 5-10 minutes or so, just to add a little bit more consistency in the chat and to try and engage more people to actually want to start chatting. So while you're streaming, you definitely don't want to just leave the stream on for tons and tons of hours and hope that that will get you to partner. If you think about your max amount of viewers per stream, let's say you average about 50 new viewers per stream. It's much more beneficial for you to kind of condense your stream and have 50 viewers in a 2-hour window than over a 10-hour window, because then that's 25 people per hour instead of 5 people per hour, which means that your chat's going to be more active, you'll have a higher average view count, so it's better to be streaming consistently than to be streaming constantly. So with that in mind, you also want to get a schedule set up. It doesn't have to be exactly on the dot every single time you stream, but while you're building this community, give them a certain time every week that they can know that they can come back to you to see you stream. Whether that's once a week, twice a week, once a month, every day. Doesn't really matter how often you do it, as long as it's something that people can count on to come back to you. Now, on the topic of community, that's a huge part of growing on Twitch. One big factor would be using Discord. That way you can send all of your current live viewers to Discord, which will then start creating a community in Discord. You can share things from anything about the stream, share your favorite clips from the stream, or even just share your favorite memes or dog photos in the Discord server and start getting to know each other a little bit better through that. Discord is also great because it's free, and it also has free bots that you can use that will elevate the experience even more, especially for you as the content creator. You can use bots to push notifications out whenever you're live, whenever you post a new YouTube video, things like that. That will help bring all of that community on Discord back to you on your Twitch stream. Making a Discord server is fairly easy, and using bots can be fairly easy if you understand it all, but if you're not sure how to do that, feel free to drop a comment and maybe I'll make another video about setting up a Discord server. Discord is also great because you can start rewarding your own viewers with little rewards like roles, sub roles, or maybe some special perks like playing video games with you on stream, or having special channels just for specific subs or followers or things like that. And then keeping in the topic of community, having a community across multiple platforms will also help, especially if you're directing that community back to Twitch. Maybe you're a COD streamer and you record all of your favorite clips, you post that to YouTube and Twitch, then people will be able to find those on those different platforms. You link your Twitch or your Twitch username to each one of those videos. People will then be able to find you through those videos, find your stream, and then maybe become a regular viewer. So while being a Twitch streamer definitely seems like a one-sided thing where you're on one side of the camera, people are in the chat, and that's kind of how it usually stands, a really great way to grow is to actually become a viewer yourself. Twitch has some great benefits that you can use outside of just your normal streaming that can help you grow and also help other people grow alongside of you. Rating a channel is one great way to do this because you can choose a channel, maybe someone that you know, maybe someone that has been in your chat. You can raid them, which basically sends all of your viewers after your stream is done to become a viewer in that other channel. And then that streamer will then find you, probably follow you or give you a shout out or something. And then after doing that a couple of times, you'll start getting to know that person. Your community might become part of their community and vice versa. And then you kind of grow together. Maybe you start streaming together. Maybe you link to each other's Discord servers, things like that. And that can really help because you're benefiting both of each other and not just keeping your audience to yourself and just focusing on your own growth. This can also just be done by being a normal viewer yourself when you're not streaming. I think I have over 60 followers now on my own Twitch account, even though I only had maybe 10 when I was streaming. And this is all because I'm a fairly consistent viewer of different channels. They follow me back when I follow them. They sometimes give me a little shout out in their chat, which then get other people to follow me. So even though I don't stream, I still already have enough to become affiliated. So it isn't all that hard if you actually give back to Twitch, I guess I could say. If you're a nice, consistent person in someone's chat, if you're a engaging part of their community, you'll most likely get them interested in what your content is as well. Being a part of other people's community is also great because if you join other people's Discord servers, their community can see you on that sidebar, and if you're live, they'll see that little purple icon that says that you're live, and then maybe they'll be curious and go and check you out. I've actually found a couple of great streamers just from seeing their purple icon and being curious about what they stream. So I think I only mentioned 2 streamers in this video so far, so if you've made it this far, I'm just going to drop a whole bunch of links in the description of people that I would recommend you to go check out. Say what's up, say that I sent you, and feel free to engage in their community because I'm recommending all of them. They're all great people to watch. So feel free to enjoy those yourself. And in the meantime, that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you the best of success. Feel free to drop your Twitch username in the comments below if you're considering all of these little tips. Maybe sometime I'll go ahead and check you guys out as well. And who knows, maybe one day I'll make another Twitch video and you'll be the one that's featured in it. I hope you enjoyed this. If you liked it, drop a like, and if you loved it, drop a subscribe. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.